tell me who you are, where you're out of, and what you guys mainly do.
Yeah, so my name is Eric, owner of Lundborg Landscape Designs. We're out of the Pequot Lakes area in northern Minnesota, and we primarily do landscape maintenance and property management.
Okay, sweet. Tell me, what the business was like before joining Blue Collar. Like, how were you feeling? What was good? What was bad?
Yeah, so the year before I joined you, we just started. Didn't have any leads. We were struggling.
Okay.
We weren't getting money, didn't have any leads. Really didn't have a direction moving forward. At that point, we were just doing landscape design, and then trying to branch out into other aspects. We just didn't know what direction forward we needed to go.
Okay, so you needed some clarity. I'm assuming, right? Like
Yeah.
It was just like, I know I can do this. Like I'm talented, but what is next on the business side of things? Okay, sweet. So what did your numbers look like back then, and like how inconsistent was work?
Oh yeah, we didn't go. We weren't booked out beyond a day. So a job would come in and we would do it the next day. We didn't have any lead flow. Yeah.
What does that look like now?
Oh yeah, we're booked out now for this next season for almost 2 months.
Already in the middle of winter.
Yeah, in the middle of winter. We're sitting here
with how much money in paid ads?
0.
Okay, good. Okay, what I want to ask actually. Were you stressed about like bills, money in the bank personally and stuff like that?
Oh yeah. We didn't have hardly any money in bank. We were, basically paying, bills paycheck by paycheck basically.
Okay. Why were you skeptical of us, and what were the true thoughts going through your head before paying us? Like, were you worried that it was going to be a waste of money, that we might be a scam?
Yeah, so, online there's tons of marketing agencies that claim to do the exact same thing. At that point, the money was a concern because we didn't have, constant lead flow and constant money coming into the business.
You just bought a house too, right?
Yeah, so at that time, I just bought a house. I was actually in the house for 2 weeks when you actually reached out to me. But at that time, I was thinking, bought a house, I have a very new business, I have no leads, I have no money, what am I gonna do? And then that's when I started looking into you, more, and then saw that you had testimonials and reviews to back your services.
Yep.
Unlike other marketing agencies that didn't have that.
Yeah, and we don't hold you to like a year contract, and you have to buy us out for 10 grand if we suck at what we do. Yeah, we only want your money if we're making you money, 100%. Yeah. Okay, sweet. So what do your numbers look like now? And I know you kind of already said it, like you're booked out like 2 months during already the middle of winter. Mm-hmm. What do you think you're gonna do this year? Like with how far you'll be booked out, your average job size going up. What does that look like for you?
Yeah, so right now, we're booked out a couple months. Our average job size is probably gonna be close to probably about 10 to 12,000 right now.
Heck yeah.
Compared to last year, we're probably looking at times 3 our business from our last year, and then previous year before that, we actually timed our business times 5.
Yeah.
So just tremendous growth.
Okay, good, awesome. My last thing would be like, how do you feel now? Like, what can you do now that you maybe couldn't do before? Like, you're sleeping better, you're going on vacations. Mm-hmm. Like, what does that look like for you mentally?
Having just free time now is a big thing. So, I'm able to go out on vacation and, actually take a day off.
Yep.
For so long, I was working, 18 hours a day, 7
Whatever
days
you could
a
do
week,
to pay the bills.
Just to pay the bills at that point. So now I have that freedom and flexibility to actually, run the business and do what I want to do in the business, but then also not feel guilty, at the end of the night when I can actually shut the phone off and actually enjoy an evening or take a weekend off, actually have time.
Yeah, so I have a specific thing that you told me last night that I want here. But what is like the best feeling for you since joining Blue Collar? Like, is there one thing that sticks out to you that you're like, that was awesome, like that's never happened before?
Yeah, so last year, about middle of the season, first time ever. So I'll go back a little bit, but it was actually a 4th of July weekend. My Google business listing actually showed I was closed. And I actually got a call, and he was, I answered, and he says, I'm surprised you actually answered, first off, because you were closed, and we talked a little bit. And then that next Saturday, I went to go look at this job. I gave him an estimate, and we, presented in person, and it was for $60,000. And right then and then, he actually signed the check and handed it to me, within 20 minutes of going over the project.
That's a great feeling.
It is.
Especially, what was like, so before us, you said like we were only booked out like a day or two. We were doing a bunch of small stuff. Like, how does it feel to go from like that to like we're out 2 to 3 months with no money in paid ads to somebody was willing to trust me with a $60,000 check same day?
that was kind of a turning point that I kind of realized that this is actually a real business. Because before it almost felt like a hobby.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that was a turning point for me, you know, my life. Like, you know, I can actually make this work. If someone can trust me with that amount of money, with, you know, meeting me with less than basically an hour total of time, that they can write a check out to me, that was a good feeling.
Good,
so
good. Okay, last thing, anything you want to say at all?
I mean, besides just the generic stuff of Logan's a great guy, business, blue collar is a good thing. Probably nothing else, you know, besides that. Those are the 2 high points I would say.
Well, thank you, dude.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're good. That was